Hello guys and welcome to an AFK Ganodermic Beast Slayer guide, or if you want to you can even do these off task as they're extremely easy now thanks to the anime Dead Spell. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax and enjoy. For this particular method you're going to want to have 90 plus combat stats and of course 95 Slayer to do Ganodermic Beasts. 92 plus Pro is recommended as we're going to be utilizing Soul Split's AFK here. You don't necessarily need overloads, but having overloads is a big plus here. So 96 Herblore is recommended. To do this method, you will need to have completed the City of Sadistan quest for the anime Dead Spell. If you don't have the quest complete yet, I do have a guide linked in the description below. Ganodermic Beasts are a fairly weak Slayer monster with 12,500 life points and they level 112 combat. They give about 1,085 common experience per kill and 565 Slayer XP per kill. Don't let that fool you as these can definitely be 500k Slayer experience per hour using this method. Now they can be assigned by Duradel, Kuradel, Morvan and of course IKEA Girl. It is worth noting that these cannot be poisoned, so using Cinderbanes or Weapon Poison plus potions here is a waste of your time. Unless you're using Cinderbanes for the stat boost, of course, as Cinderbanes are still good. Now, the gear setup you're seeing on screen is not the gear setup I use in all of the clips you might be seeing in this video, but this is a base setup example. You can easily AFK these using the anime Dead Spell and a set of basic Ganodermic armor, which costs like 2 mil for the full set, and a tier 80 plus magic weapon. It really isn't hard, and these are super easy to AFK thanks to the new spell. Something very important to have is a bone necklace from Dungeoneering, so either a twisted bird skull, split dragon tooth, or demon horn necklace in combination with a bone crusher, which you may or may not have on your tool belt. I do, which is why you can't actually see it in the gear setup, but you're going to want to have that and a bone crusher so that you can have infinite prey here for soul split. If you don't have Dungeoneering tokens for whatever reason, you can also simply sip your prey potions or use a penance aura. If you want some extra kills per hour, you can use the Book of Chaos, aka the Zamrak God Book, but you don't really need this. It's just an extra. As for the inventory setup, you're only going to need 1 aggression potion and 1 overload potion, as a task will take you anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, although if you're going to camp these off task for invention experience, Ganodermic flakes or something else, well, you can simply, bring more potions. Now, you want to bring along your Ordak Call, aka your magic cannon, plus some cannonballs, as Ganodermics can only really be killed properly with magic. If you have the damage upgrade, it will be even better, of course, but it's not required. If you need the extra inventory space, you can use a large rune pouch for the amount of runes you need to bring, but that's optional as well. For Anime Dead, you're going to want Soul, Blood, Death, and Earth runes, and if you're going to be using Blood Barrage, you want to bring along some Fire runes as well. The Insight Fear spell is a lot better to use here, as it increases your kills per hour, but you'll need to bring along water runes instead of fire runes if you're going to be picking that spell. Now, in case you've forgotten, don't forget to turn on area loot and revolution plus so that you automatically trigger thresholds, basics, and ultimate abilities for this action bar. As for your inventory, just fill it up with one of each of the more expensive drops, as you don't want to miss out on these and you want to keep your inventory nice and clean. If you are going to camp these off task, you do want to bring along magic notepaper to note the Gano boots and gloves and polypore sticks. Finally, some more useful things to mention you could bring along. First of all, the Blood Reaver Familiar for extra DPS, a Charming Imp to pick up the charms, a Seed Aside to crush the seeds you don't need, which will give you about 80 to 100,000 farming experience per hour. The Greater Chain ability, of course, is great here, especially if you have Corroming 4 on your staff, which I did actually buy a new staff for just for this method, and it did boost my kills per hour a lot. And of course the Tuska's Wrath ability, but you probably already have that. As for getting to the Ganodermic Beasts, you can use your Ganodermic Mask, which you can obtain from Treasure Hunter or Shattered Worlds. You can use your Dungeoneering Cape teleport. You can teleport there using the ferrying code BIP, so BIP. And of course you can walk there from Al Kharid, which will take you the longest, especially since you need to run through the entire dungeon to get to the Ganodermic Beasts. I'm going to leave this part of the video in so you can see how to get there, but once there you want to go to this section on the map you can see on screen, as that's where you're going to be placing your cannon and AFKing these Ganodermic Beasts. To make sure you're in the exact same location, be sure to use the 2 corners you can see on your mini-map and then place your cannon in the middle as seen. Then proceed by activating the anime dead spell, turning on your aura, sipping your overload and aggression potion, and then you're good to AFK. Ganodermic beasts are actually a really easy and quick task to do. You can do a task in about 6 to 7 minutes at max with this exact same setup. You can literally get almost 1000 kills per hour. According to the wiki, this is over 20 million GP per hour. However, this isn't really the case unless you move around and pick everything up, because when Ganodermics die, they sometimes die too far away from you, so you cannot actually pick up the stuff with area loot unless you're on mobile, which has extra range. That being said, if you sit in one single spot and just simply area loot while standing still and AFKing, you're still able to get over 12 million GP per hour, which in my opinion is very good for such an old Slayer creature. Now, you are able to get more GP if you weren't going to crush all those seeds, but I prefer the extra farming XP. You basically want to keep the watermelon, magic, palm tree, and yew seeds maybe, but mainly the magic, palm, and watermelon seeds, as those are the most expensive. The simple reason Insight Fear is better here than Fire Surge or Blood Barrage is because it allows you to use Tsunami below 100% adrenaline, and it does those little AoE icicle proc attacks which deal AoE damage as well, which is great. All in all, best AoE spell to use here. Now, if you're wondering why I have neem oil in my inventory, no, it's not for the jar thing, as that's pretty much useless with Anime Dead. You don't need it, and this is an AFK guide. I simply have it in my inventory to be a drop cleaner basically, and not have it clutter up my inventory. I just pick it up and then I dump it later. With that being said, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, leave a like down below and maybe you consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.